Greetings, family. Welcome to another one of your Frank26 UV2Bs. It's good to be with you. It is the 10th of January, 2025. We are KTFalways.com, which stands for Keep the Faith, always in our Heavenly Father. And before we do anything, we always go to God and pray. We pray for guidance. We pray for help. I pray for forgiveness. Please join me. Greetings, Heavenly Father. By the blood of your Son, Jesus, through the Holy Spirit, I come into your realm. You know something, Father? I found out that darkness doesn't only come at night. I hear the voices of many people that call me, and I can feel the darkness in their hearts. There seems to be a lingering trace of anger, pain. Pain does that. I want you to hear my prayer for these people, God. I have prayed for myself and my family, but this prayer is for them. I know that you will not hear my prayer with gold, but I know you will hear my prayer with the gift of my heart for these people. I pray for your church, your saints. I pray for America, for Israel. I pray for peace. I pray for your son to come back, because I want to go home. I'm not suicidal, and you know that. I am your warrior. Ask of me. Darkness does not only come at night. Evil is everywhere all the time. Please protect us from it by the blood of your Son, Jesus. I want a strong faith. I want my faith to be invincible, and my faith is in your Son. I want the faith like that lady who had the bleeding that wouldn't stop. And out of the multitudes, she said that if I just touch him, I will be healed. And when she touched him, your son said, "Who touched me?" And the apostle said, "What do you mean? Everyone's touching you." No. Truly, Father, truly, when you answer a prayer, does it really drain that much energy from you in order to help us? I found that to be so amazing, the evidence of the truth about faith. She believed she was healed. All she had to do was touch him. And your son knew that his energy was drawn by the faith that she had. I want that faith. Teach me to walk in that faith. I love you. I love you. Thank you for loving me. In the name of your Son, Jesus, by the Holy Spirit, I pray. Amen. 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 It's good to be with you, family. We're here to study the Iraqi dinar. Everything that I say to you is just strictly in my opinion. How do you like my pink shirt? It's not pink, and my opinion can be wrong. Now, we're going to study the Iraqi dinar, in my opinion. And we're also going to put out some nonsense. We'll do it at the end. But right now, let's just go ahead and get straight to work. And the way we do this, as you know, is I read you literally like an hour by hour report from my teams in Iraq, which not only updates you, but but gives you a little advance notice. Also, it has the ability to squash, to remove any rumors. I'm not saying that we're nothing but the truth. And I'm saying we are just the truth. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get to work. I'm going to go back, and I'm not going to show it. It's so much. It's ridiculous. And like always, I have to protect myself and my teams. I'm not going to read all of this to you. Here we go. Let me see. We yesterday was I can't even think. Thursday, Friday, and we finished. We were together at 5. We finished about 6:30. So let's look for. Here we go. Here's the 5 yesterday. Here we go. So from 5, the gap they were watching us at 5 there when we started, and then the next report when we were done comes in at 7:52 in the evening. Everything I say to you is just in my opinion. Agreed? Thank you. It's early a.m. here, Frank, 4 o'clock in the morning, but they're showing the news early this a.m. The news actually is from last night, but it's showing that the citizens are protesting all over. Like we told you, we are extremely upset about the fact that they have new tariffs and customs, and they are making the price of medicine and certain cars go up, and our money has not risen really much of anything. So people are complaining. People are complaining. The rich get rich. We don't get nothing. When is it our turn? Gentlemen, do you remember that they told you that on January the 1st, which I shared with my KTFA family, that on January the 1st, the prices would change? You remember? Good. These tariffs, these customs. I put my socks on first and then my shoes. And on certain cars going up, and our money has not even risen really much of anything. So people are complaining. The rich get richer. And as usual, all the people continue to make money, but us citizens, we suffer. So, and there's starting to be some uprising already. We are at We are heavily, especially heavily in the Kurdistan area around the borders, where they fill the and in this area is where the most of the prices have gone up for medicine and cars, and there's some more political backlog. And then a lot came out yesterday late. Remember I told you that he came out late last night. Came out late last night, and it was just on the news today that the CBI governor is saying that the CBI is totally responsible for the rate, and that Iraq is a sovereign country and no other country has the right to control their exchange rate. And that list of work is from the CBI. So somewhere along the way, the line is getting there. They're really talking about it. Yeah, gentlemen, why in the world does the CBI constantly deny the fact that there's no change in the exchange rate? Why do they constant? Did you ask them? No, we never asked the CBI. Parliament wants to talk to a lot, wants to know where's the new exchange. Parliament's asking a lot. We citizens, no, then no one listens to us. So we're just tearing the place apart. You want to join us? Sure. And it's interesting that the CBI says we are the ones that are in charge of changing the exchange rate. I thought you weren't changing the exchange rate. Yeah, yeah, right. We're not changing the exchange rate. Well, why are you talking about not top of mind? Hey, says the Iraqi citizens to Allah. Do we live rent free in your brain or what, sucker? Yeah, so CBI is solely responsible for the rate change that is, and Iraq is a sovereign country, and no one, no other country has the right to control their exchange rate, and that the list of work of the CBI is going on. So somewhere along the line, he's starting to talk really tough. Really, Allah is trying to talk tough. Yeah, he is. Somewhere along the line, Allah is trying to talk real tough. Like, yeah, man, it's 1300 and that's it. And that's it. Okay? That's it. Is it? Yeah, he's starting to talk really tough now. Since this 1300 is coming in place, and he also said that the 1300 should be viewable on the CBI website by this coming Monday. And he said that this is the official rate they're gonna go with, and then he talked more about how that's what this is. We are in control. We are the CBI, and we are a sovereign country, and we are in control of our own rights. La 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 la. Why do you keep repeating that? I mean, you're making me think that you have the right to change your exchange rate. Is that what you're making me think? Okay, what do you want to say? We're sovereign. Okay, good. What else? We are the only ones who can change our exchange rate. That's good. Why do you talk about it? Because next question. To which I then say, I say, you know what? These idiots, and surely I use the word idiot with proper definition. These idiots that support Iranian politicians in your country are telling Maliki to continue to threaten Allah and to keep the exchange rate low. Hmm. So, Allah, you're staying at 1320. All of a sudden, you say, okay, wait a minute, no, no. Instead, we're staying at 1300. Instead, is that right? Allah, do you even know what you want to do? Uh, yeah, no, we're going to stay at 1300 instead. And the fact that Maliki, excuse me, and the fact that Mark Savaya is right there next to him, right in Iraq, right in front of his face, uh, causes me, it causes me to tell you, watch what happens in the coming days. Be strong, gentlemen. Their turn. Omar says that it actually seems like the CBI governor was a little defiant today in the interview, Mr. Frank. He's saying we are a sovereign country and the CBI controls the rate. So he was like, it's going to stay at 1300, and it adjusted to the new budget, and that was it. And he kept talking about they want to make sure that there's not a shock to the system. Hey, gentlemen, you know very well that he's being defiant. You know that he's being told to do something that he doesn't want to do. Because if he does it, oh man, they're going to kick his ass. But probably better that they kick his ass than the consequences of the United States of America. Defiant, is he? Well, so is Maliki. Maliki keeps constantly saying I am the prime minister. We have a different prime minister. So not in never in a gazillion years will he be the prime minister. Is that right, Malachi? Yes. And it causes you confusion. It causes you to get mad and you get upset. You get depressed. And what do I tell you? I need strong leaders. Stop this nonsense. Now I know you're paranoid. Good God, if they say boo, you jump a mile. But no more. Take the reins. Take the stick. Come on, man. Come on, Iraqis. Right now you're protesting? That's what I'm talking about. Tear the damn place apart. When they don't want to do it, they deserve consequences. NATO, NATO was saying, "Oh well, if you mean to tell me, Mr. President, that if we don't pay our fair share into NATO, you're going to tell like maybe like Russia to just to trample over us? Hell yeah, I'll tell them to kick the shit out of here. Get out of here, man. Yeah, you don't pay your fair shares in, and NATO and we the United States pay it all. We carry the whole load. No, no more. No, those days are over with. Same thing with you, Sudani. Your days are not over, but Malik is his days are over. And my team in Iraq, gentlemen, come on, man, be strong. Watch. By the end of the day, Maliki will say something impossible. Write that down. Write that down. Someone write it down. By the end of this day, by the end of this UB2B, Maliki will say something impossible. What's the title of your UB2B? When the smoke clears. And what did I tell my teams in Iraq? About 1,472 times already. Relax. When the smoke clears, we'll have what we want. Because Mark Savaya is there. He's your kin. He knows your flavor. He knows your pain. And he knows what Donald Trump wants you to do. Be strong. So the governor was a little defiant in the interview, and he kept saying that we're a sovereign country and that the CBI only has the right, and we're going to stay at 1,300, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, and that he's doing all this because he doesn't want to shock the system that he's putting in. As a gentleman, he can talk until he's blue in the face, but trust me, nobody on our side is listening to Malachi. Nobody. We know what we want, and we're going to get it. Alok basically just said in the interview, the official rate for 26 budget was approved at 1,300, and the CBI has no other plans on any other rate adjustment in the near future. To which I said, he may not have plans, and he also may not have a job very soon. Continuing, sir, there's a lot of talk in the streets that the pressure in Iran is so high that those crooks there are going to be let into Iraq for refuge. Do you see what Trump did to Venezuela, gentlemen? And you know why he did it to Venezuela? Because they opened up their prisons, they opened up their insane asylums. Yeah, they brought they released all of their dangerous people, and gave them a pass to into the borders of the United States of America. And Biden accepted them because it didn't matter if they spoke English. It didn't matter if they were murderers or thieves or rapists. It didn't matter. It was a vote for the Democrats. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. There's a lot of talk in the streets that the pressure in Iran is so high that those crooks there are going to be let into Iraq for refuge. They're saying that Iran is about to fall, Mr. Frank. We fear that those people are going to pour into our country, and the crooked politicians there are seeking help from Iraq. No. Okay. Teresa says, okay. Now, Omar was talking about the television guy, are you the financial guy? He's early today, sir. This morning. I guess he realized that they started very early, so he came right back out and he wants to say what he's saying. And he was ref, ref, referencing. He was referencing. Ref, stupid English language. He was referencing that that only that the CBI governor, what he said is true, but this is the good economist, okay? But he's also said that basically this 1300 that they're talking about isn't anything new. We covered that, right? Okay. He said, it's not anything new, the 1300. It's not anything new. It was established back in February 2023. And he said that the rate was established back then and as a benchmark. You see, ladies and gentlemen, in February of 2023, 1300 was established as the benchmark. Now, all you got to do is look up the word benchmark. You'll understand what that means. Mark. And because it was used as an exam, as a standard for a while of 1300, well, let me continue to read this, okay? He said that basically this 1300 that they're talking about isn't anything new. It was actually established back in February of 23. And he said that the rate was established back then as a benchmark for the budget. So even though it was at 1320 or 1310, the benchmark, the testings, all of the second books were set at 1300 and has always been at 1300. So now it's being used as a well, series don't know how to spell bench, huh? So it's being used as a benchmark. But from what he was saying, the trading and all is still going to be basically 1310, 1320. So it's just a trademark that was told to us they would be used in the budget. That's what he's explaining, and that's the way it'll come out. They actually did a very poor job of explaining it yesterday, but this is what they're talking about now, and since we're going to go digital, hold on before I get to the digital part. Let me come back here. I want you to read that because that was funny. This is what is it? A series or when you dictate. So she didn't get the right word language. Oh my goodness, that's funny. But you see, 1300 is just a benchmark. Everybody, they know it, they knew it, they approved it, they accepted it. We're using this for right now as a stopgap. Okay, 1300. So it's being used as a female dog mark. But from what he was saying, the trading and all is still going to be officially 1310 or 1320. It's just that it's a tradable mark. This was told to us it would be used in the budget. That's what he's explaining, that it will that's what he's explaining, that that's the way it'll come to us. They did a poor job of explaining this yesterday, but this is what they're talking about today. And that since we're going digital technology, that changes can happen instantly. You understand, family? So 1300 was just a benchmark. Hey, let's just let's just hop and skip along until we get the new exchange rate. Okay. And then when they do, well, shoot, we're digital. Yeah. So, well, when they do give us the new exchange rate, boom, it'll change just like that with absolutely no problem. And on top of that, Sudani's got his government running, ready to run and go. Everything's set up. Like we said, we put our socks on before we put our shoes on. This benchmark was a long time ago. It was a band aid. What do you do with band aids? You throw them away. And changes can happen instantly because of our digital system. It can happen literally overnight at the blink of an eye. So they can change the rate, Mr. Frank, at the CBI, can change the rate at any time that they desire because the whole system is set up to do that now. It took all of December just to get where we're at right now. And it will be effortlessly because it's a new digital face, because it's a new digital face. So I'll tell you some more what he said here in a minute. I'll come back. I'm getting a text information from Eddie. I'll be right back. So, yeah, I hope you understand what I've just told you, family. To review it very quickly once again, um, we've been limping along, one foot broken with three tires, one flat at 1300. But I mean, we knew what it was. It's just a benchmark. And we're waiting for the new exchange rate. And while we're doing that, let's just set the whole table up. Put your socks on, then we put our shoes on, okay? Put the dining table, but there you go. Now put the plates and the silverware and the glasses and everything, okay? Now you can go ahead and put the food on the plate, all right? All right. It'll be a lot better than eating it off the floor, don't you think? Well, I guess. And that's what they're doing. The monetary reform must be constructed very well so it's not a shock to the systems of Iraq. If the citizens reject this monetary reform, it all fails. It all fails. And anything new is always troublesome. Anything new is always troublesome. So there's going to be some hurdles that they got to go through, even though it's purchasing power. There'll still be thieves. There'll still be people complaining. There'll still be confusion, etc., etc. Thank you, gentlemen. I appreciate your praise. Mr. Frank, here's more from Eddie and Omar. They saw and they're talking about what man is saying on the television now, and they brought out Chalet as well too. Talking about what man said on TV now about Chalet and Alak. So, so now they came out after the Economist, the good guy, and explained, man, don't worry about it. It's just a benchmark. Then Chalet and Alak come out and they say, so basically, they say, so basically the exchange rate in the Iraqi budget is set at 1,300 dinars to the dollar. That's just their stable benchmark for official transactions. Finally. I told you yesterday I sleep really good at nights. I told you there's so much I want to tell you, but I can't. But in that's just their stable. Here, that's just their stable benchmark for the official transaction. But in practice, banks might sell the dollar at a bit higher, around 1310 to 1320. That's where that comes into effect, Mr. Frank. Then there's the street rate, which can be a little weaker than that. So the official rate is really just a reference point, and real world trading can vary at certain times. Now he is saying, don't worry about anything. 1,300 is just the benchmark that was approved. Do you understand what I'm trying to tell you? I hope so. Told you, look up these words and you'll understand better. But it is exactly what I've been saying for such a long time. Will you stop worrying? When the smoke clears, you'll see what you'll see. You'll see. We'll have what we want. And for those that cannot hold their water, that are not disciplined and not professional students, you shouldn't just go away. Go study with someone else. Frank, he is saying, don't worry about anything. 1,300 is just the benchmark that was approved by the CBI for the budget only. and they can change it at any time. In fact, they have to, and they know it. That's why they keep hinting at everything else. He also he said also, the budget has always been set up where they can always do an adjustment to a rate. Adjustment in the budget at any time has always been a safety factor. So don't worry about that. And see, don't worry about that. They can pull the trigger at any moment's notice. And what all this digital system we got in, it's automatic. It's automatic. So it's just a benchmark. 1,300 for the budget. Don't worry about it. Forget about it. He says something about they've been testing the rate since 2023. What? He says something about they've been testing the rate since 2023 to check the stability against the system. So, golly. Thank you, God. So I think we're a lot closer than what they're saying. And there's a little misleading about what the CBI governor said yesterday. So that's where Chalet, he helped with a little confusion how they brought it out. They didn't do a very good job on explaining to us actually, but the guy on TV, but it was the guy, the economist, the financial guru with the economist. They did an excellent job breaking down what's really going on. So this whole report that I just read to you is powerful, so powerful that I'm going to allow you to see all of it. Now, some of you may say, why in the name of peanut butter does he do this? Well, obviously, it's because you're brand new with me. You don't understand that you can rewatch this UB2B of mine and pause it so that you can read it. That's pretty good, huh? Did you like that? I can also do the robot, you know. Uh, you jealous. Eat your heart out. Wait till I told Dad, man. uh, are we done yet? Golly, I think we're just this one and one more. This is the part where, man, if it wasn't for the economist guy, we'd all still be confused, man. We didn't know, we didn't understand, but boy, he explained it beautifully. Continuing. Hey, Tink, give me a number. I'm sorry. Copy. And do I have something to drink? Thank you. You want some? Uh, okay, I'm responding. Wonderful. Actually, thank you, sweetheart. To my friend from Michigan, I really love this cup you sent me, man. Wonderful. Actually, a masterpiece, man. A masterpiece. This report is broken down into three stages that explains very clearly what they were trying to confuse you about yesterday. Now, you see, the condition of the patient, and the patient is the exchange rate, by the way. The condition of the patient that is waiting to come out of the delivery room into the world is was explained perfectly. I mean, why not? This was our guy, our economist, that said all of this because, again, this is brilliantly said. I can't wait to share it on my YouTube. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Now, the next thing, in my opinion, to look for is the two documents that we talked about, etc., etc. And also just sit the government down, of course, with Sudani and his candidates so that they can take off running. Sir, television was also saying this early morning that Sudani has secretly been meeting with three countries to help keep us out of the conflict in the regions. So he's been doing a lot behind the scenes. I'm not saying the countries. Also, but the reconstruction and the development who actually have the most seats are saying that they are backing Sudani for a second term. So if we can get past this presidency and get this situated, I think they're going to go ahead and name Sudani. So now we're at about, I think it's like 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And sure enough, like I told you, but give it time, give it some time, let the smoke clear. You're going to see. I told you. So right around this time now, Sudani is, or not Sudani, Maliki is coming out and talking. To which I say, as I have been saying, gentlemen, that once the smoke clears, and I promised you, Sudani would be your prime minister. Stay strong, gentlemen. Omar is saying, why come CBI? He calls him a gunner. Omar is saying, why bring this guy to talk for the CBI? Couldn't CBI come out and explain it like our economists did today instead of sounding so confrontational, sounding like you're in charge, like you were mad a lot, and that the rate was the rate, and that's it. And you sounded like you some other planet guy. And you sounded like you were like from some other planet. They were pissed at you, and you sound like you were from some other planet. This guy got on TV, and then this guy, which our guy gets on TV and explains what's going on, and said basically it's been that way unofficially. It's been a female dog mark. It's been a benchmark setting in a budget since 2023, February of 2023. He said, so this is just officially set for now. Isn't that cool? You see, they got a launching point for the new exchange rate. Except for now, it seems like they have been testing right at the benchmark. I told you, right at the benchmark. And it's officially a benchmark now for the new budget. Ta-da! But again, banks will be selling at 13.10, 13. I know. And then the street market, it will be a little higher, a little cheaper, well, actually higher. But he said that Omar says that he just wishes it was explained like this to him in the first place. Doggone it. It wouldn't have been so frustrating. Shoot. Now we understand what you're saying about 1300 and February of 2023 and why you've been using it to calculate the new exchange rate. Shoot. Which, oh no. Man, it doesn't take much for this thing to throw up. All you got to do is just touch it. By the way, I get a lot of you sending me your advice. Well, Frank, all you do is go to settings and you change it. Hey, Frank, all you got to do is stop it, please. You don't think I don't know that? I don't. I do not prevent it from doing that because then I can't show you certain pictures. Anyways, she says, I just wish they would have explained it to us like that in the beginning. I said, I know, right? I mean, good grief. Also, on the news, Exxon. Told you to buy that stock, man. Also, Exxon, that was a long time ago. Exxon, who, I mean, they ripped them off in Venezuela. Of course, they're going to get paid back. And this is when you invest. Exxon, who made an exit from our country a while back, is now coming back, and they're going back to Iraq. And so is Chevron and Halliburton. Burton. They're all up in the production of oil. I think that Chevron, they say, is opening in the southern region of Iraq, and all of a sudden Exxon is coming back. You know, they left, but now Exxon is coming back. The only reason, Mr. Frank, is because they know about the new exchange rate. Then today, 10 o'clock in the morning, let's go to the next report. Mr. Frank, today we're seeing more and more in the streets, and the television citizens are protesting about this new tariffs and taxes. Even the traders are with the citizens protesting in the streets. We have a guy that sells. He's a good friend of ours. He sells gold. He's a gold dealer. His name is. He says there's a lot of new tariffs that you have to prepay, and he was saying that he had to cancel orders that he had already made, and the other traders are saying the same thing, that they had orders all lined up. They had stuff that was going to come in and had no idea now they have to go back and prepay these taxes. It's even on the internet. All kind of services, and actually our food, our meat, our vegetables, and everything else is being taxed, and we won't have the money to cover this with the rate that we have now in the streets. The street rate, we don't have any money to cover the gap, or to cover the gaps. So um, we can fix this ourselves. We don't we don't have any money now to pay these taxes, and the taxes and tariffs have already started. But really, to become an issue to us, and then the television is showing certain groups of government are asking the CBI, do they have a plan in place to address these fluctuations of the dollar? So the pressure is on. We're not sure why in the world why they would raise these tariffs and taxes and hurt us more and not give us the real rate for the value. Because you put your socks on first and then you put your shoes on, okay? And I'm not trying to be comical with you guys. I know you're suffering. I don't know your pain, but I know that you're going through pain. You go right ahead and say whatever you want to me. We're not sure why in the world why they would raise these taxes and tariffs and hurt us more and not give us the real rate for the value of our currency. Lastly, Mr. Frank, our buddy Malachi, he's on TV and he's saying that eventually he will, in the end, nominate Sudani for a second term. You owe me $1. Yeah, check it. Yeah, okay, thank you. He's gonna. So he said, "Okay, I'm gonna nominate you, Danny, for the prime minister for the second term. He will be back." But Frank, he's making it like he's gonna do it at the very end because Frank, Malachi is a master at negotiation. So we're not sure what it's all about, but he's trying to toot his horn. But he says he's going to back Sudani, and he's going to give us an update, like we want anything from him. The uprising by the citizens in the streets is what we're paying attention to and reporting to you. I only get citizens, but the traders too, because these tariff taxes are implemented on us and the citizens are suffering. Yeah, but it's only for a short moment. Television keeps showing citizens and traders are very upset, sir. They're talking about these prepaid taxes and tariffs and how it's been passed on to the citizens. And the citizens are complaining because we don't have the money to cover this. The rate basically has been same since 2023. No real change down. We know it's a benchmark for the new budget. We understand now what they mean. So please, can we have the new exchange rate? Because 1300 we cannot cover it with the dollar fluctuations. You know that today is 1480 the street market. So we can't cover. We don't have money. And now pressure from other politicians are being put back on the CBI asking what's the plan? That do you have a plan, CBI? What's gonna happen here? Or you see, the answer is a new exchange rate, but they just can't say it. What's the plan? CBI asking, what's the plan? What's the plan? Do you want to put in what are you going what's going to happen here, or do you have something to cover these fluctuations so the citizens can live? So Frank, I'm not sure why they would activate something like this for us to go against our money that we don't even have. And that's totally unacceptable for the citizens to suffer even more while all get richer and richer. It's just it's it's just not sure why they would implement it this way. I know, I know. And as much as I explain it once, twice, thrice, tetra, as much as I continue to repeat it to you, it goes in and out the other. All you want is your new exchange rate. You don't want any explanations. And I find myself rather exhausted and flabbergasted, but I won't leave your sides, guys. I won't leave your sides, gentlemen. I will continue to explain every time. I'm about to explain in a minute. Television economic section. The Euphrates oil minister Abdul Ghani Hayyan announced on Saturday that the participation of more than 450 companies in the energy exhibition, stressing that this large participation is a message for the stability of Iraq. We are stable, we are secure. So is our exchange rate. Given on TV, Maliki made it clear that he's not putting up any big roadblocks for Mohammed Shai al Sudani to go for a second term as Prime Minister of Iraq. Maliki basically said his coalition isn't outright voting Sudani out. They have. Oh. So Maliki looks out his window and sees an entourage go by and recognizes that's Mark. We're going to have to change our tune, man. Mark Savaya's here. Ladies and gentlemen of Iraq, me, Maliki, I vote for Sudani to be the Prime Minister of Iraq. Well, wait a minute, dumbass. I thought you just said that. Didn't you just say just a few minutes ago that he didn't have a squat of a chance? That you had somebody else, or that you were going to be the prime minister? I mean, you've been saying this, regurgitating, vomiting this day after day after day after day after day, and all of a sudden, why'd you change your mind? I told you this, didn't I, family? Before it even happens, I described it, explained it to you as it has turned out. Maliki basically said that his coalition isn't just necessarily outright voting for Sudani. They do have conditions, but they're not totally against it. He can be the prime minister. It's more of a let's see how this plays out situation. So, yeah, Sudani has a shot at a second term if he navigates those political waters just right. You know, even in swallowing your own vomit, you still are arrogant. Continuing reports on television. On the television, yes, citizens and merchants in Iraq have been protesting the government newly imposed customs tariffs and taxes hikes that took into effect on January of 2026. You were right, Frank. On the first, prices changed. But we didn't think it was going to be that way. But we understand what you're trying to tell us. This price change, these things that are being set up are all for the new exchange rate. The measures sharply increased duties on import goods, including hybrid cars, medicine, sparkling public, sparking public anger and demonstrations. Now, because of these events, because of these riots, what has changed? And they gave me a full breakdown. Here we go. I'm going to read it fast. Unified custom tariff system. That's what is being established. Iraq introduced a standardized tariff framework across all border crossings. That, Mr. Frank, means that we're going to have a new exchange rate in order to pay for it. Point number two, luxury and essential goods. What was that? It's all right. I can't hear you. I have no idea why they can't hear me. Point number two, luxury and essential goods hits. Hybrid and electronic cards, previously exempt from encouraging environment protections, now face a 15% tax. Medicine and other imports also saw price hikes. You can find this in Iraqi news. Point number three, environmental concerns. Watchdog groups warn that taxing hybrid cars the same as conventional vehicles undermines Iraq's governmental commitment and could worsen air pollution. You think we care, Mr. Frank? We agree with your President Trump. That is a bunch of garbage. Now, what is the public reaction? What is the public reaction based because of what happened today? Merchants and traders, start with them. Many shop owners and importers staged protests arguing that the tariffs will raise customer prices even more and hurt small businesses. It will hurt the MSN. Citizens. What are the citizens saying? This ordinary Iraqis expressed frustration that the government is prioritizing revenue collections over affordability, especially as the country faces economic strain. Anxiety phase. Really? That was a category to all right. Anx- that's not anxiety. My bad. I don't know what this word means. Austerity? Excuse me. Let me Austerity. Austerity phase. Analysis described this as Iraq entering a mandatory austerity period, with the government seeking to maximize non oil revenues. You can find this Iraqi News. Why does this matter? Point number one, Buffett, budget deficit. Iraq's heavy reliance on oil revenues has left its budget vulnerable. The new tariffs are part of a border fiscal reform strategy to diversify income. You know something? It worked. Yeah. It's not just oil. Everything across the board is being taxed. And that's how they're diversifying. That's smart. It had to be on our side. I mean, it's like you can deduct the interest on your car loans. I never thought of that. I know. Kind of brilliant, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, it's very brilliant. It's kind of like, hey, credit cards. Stop charging 20, 30, 40% on cards. Make it just 10% for 1 year. Be fair. That's brilliant. That's brilliant. Yeah. Wow. Political risk. Protest highlights growing public dissatisfaction, which could pressure Soudani as the prime minister's government as he eyes possible second term. He must complete what he promised. Number whatever the next number. Economic trade-off. While tariffs may stabilize state finances, they risk inflation and reduce access to essential goods. Now, the summary for sharing, this is a longer report here, so let me just read it without showing it to you. Copy. Summary for sharing. In January 2026, Iraqi implemented new custom tariffs, including a 15% tax on hybrid cars and higher duties on medicine, sparking protests among citizens and merchants. The government say that the measures are needed to boost non-oil revenues, but critics warn that they will raise prices, hurt small business and citizens. Then I respond. Greetings, gentlemen. First of all, allow me to express my opinion on the tariffs and taxes that are being implemented. They are not collecting them right now. This is the precursor for your new exchange rate. Everything I say to you is in my opinion. You have to have the system set up on how they can collect taxes for the government, from you Iraqi citizens, from the borders, from investors, because they are about to give you purchasing power. They know that that's how you'll pay this. If not, they're taxing you on something that they also know you cannot pay. They want their cut back through their taxes because they're about to give you purchasing power. Try to understand this. Try to understand this. Number two, concerning Maliki, he capitulated in order to avoid being decapulation. He now says he supports Soudani. Like I told you, gentlemen, once the smoke clears, everything will be okay. Everything is going to be just fine because Mark Zavia is there. Exactly as I told you. Trust me. That's why Maliki, 24 hours later, is singing a different tune like a drunk parrot. I keep telling you, gentlemen, you don't have to worry about anything. I sleep good at night. But what you do have to do is to continue to be patient. You have to continue to wait until the new exchange rate is released. And you know very well that it's coming. My President Trump will not allow you to use dollars anymore. You have to use your own currency with your own purchasing power added to it. And that's all there is to it. And that's what's being set up. That is the stage that you see right now before the curtains are pulled back. Continuing. There's nothing wrong with the citizens protesting against these tariffs and taxes. Let their voices be heard, let their anger be given, because it will help to speed the new exchange rate to come out even faster. It is called pressure. In my opinion, the problem with Soudani and Alak is that they are not very professional. They still function in a primitive manner, in my opinion, but they're learning to grow up and become better politicians for your country. They're learning to grow up quickly, aren't they? They either get along or we just get rid of them. I keep telling you, when the smoke clears, everything will be all right. Oh, how I wish I could tell you what Mark Zavia is doing. Oh, how I wish I could tell you what Mark Zavia is doing, but you'll find out. Frank, Omar says that he feels like the day that they're talking about, like the 70% of the position of the prime minister has been decided. So he feels pretty sure that it's going to be Sudani at the end. They just need to get the vice president situated, and then with Sudani, he already has a cabinet. He can roll now. So Sudani did say that we have completed all of our international standards, and we all know what those standards need. You know, they already installed these customs, these taxes, so citizens are getting hit with these because the prices are going up. So I'm pretty sure that the only thing that we're waiting on is just going to be actual formation of the government. You were right, but we did not expect that the prices were going to go up because they were going to tax us. I guess. By the way, remember I kicked somebody out a couple of days ago because they said, "Well, what happened? You were wrong about January." No, I wasn't, was I? I know that the CBI is totally separate, Frank, and they can do it at any time. But I guess to be ready, excuse me, but I guess to be really stable, you're going to need to say that you have a completely formed government. That way, they're looking at it because if they get the government completely formed and still don't roll this out, oh boy. Yeah, I know, gentlemen. Because if they get the government completely formed, then you just need one president formed, and they still don't roll this out, and then we're going to have some deep, dark issues. Ooh. But I'm praying and hoping that once they settle the vice president, that can be fast. Maybe next week we should see something on that because I I had the vice president that can be maybe it can be done very quickly. The vice president we'll see it next week sometime because they have the names for them to give them. They need 3 days. They said until this Monday. So let's see and then pray that Sudani does get in as a prime minister. Sudani says we've done everything to meet international standards and customs have already been implemented. So it makes sense that once this is completely formed, then they'll roll it. Yeah, because this is part of it. I'll be honest with you, gentlemen. I didn't think we were waiting for this. I'm waiting for two documents. Omar also, but it's good to have it, and it's well explained by the economists. Omar also said that this is the first time ever that attached to the rate to the budget directly as a benchmark. Now listen very carefully. Listen very carefully because this is good. This will explain the benchmark. What I call the second set of books. Omar also says that this is the first time ever that they attached to the rate. They attached it to the budget directly as a benchmark. Never been done before, and it's pretty obvious why they did it. It's waiting for something. Then it was approved by the CBI. So it just goes to show you that Iraq has ventured away from the dependence on just oil as the main revenue sources. That's what these taxes and border tariffs are showing us. That's what they wanted for the monetary reform. That was the IMF. Always wanted that to be more decisive, wanted us to be more diverse. And that's what we're seeing finally, because not everything is going to be painted towards the oil in the budget, as many things. And that's true. This is a really hot point. Diversification of the budget. Oh, this is really good because you can't just count on oil. Uh, IMF was nervous. I know the world runs on oil and never going to have to worry about it, but you should know you can't just depend on it. Why do you think your whole infrastructure collapsed? And you were so weak that Iran took you over all these decades. Not everything is going to be painted towards the oil in the budget as many other things. And there's some new projects for tourism, the tourism that's going to go into effect, and plus all these customs already bringing in revenue. So yeah, yeah, we know what they're doing. Plus, we have the precious metals and stuff. So it's a lot more going on now at diversity, at diversity, and that was extremely necessary by the IMF for the monetary reform. Very good. You are probably going to hear about some fake news. Remember, I told you at the beginning of our UB2B, I told you that there was some problems. We were going to put it up. Here it is. You are probably going to hear about some fake news on the internet, Mr. Frank, concerning our Sudani. Somebody is saying that Sudani is stepping down as the prime minister. Now, we haven't heard anything about that here in our side in Iraq. Not even for 1 second did we hear anything. In fact, we heard the complete opposite. We heard that Maliki is going to endorse Sudani for a second term eventually. So, I'm not sure where all this other stuff got started from. Seems like it's I don't know. We haven't heard anything. Not saying it. Yeah, so they helped me with information, and they also helped me to squash lies. We haven't heard anything about this. No one's saying anything like that to be true, but we haven't heard it yet, and we live here, so we're just saying to you, sir, that when you see this on your TV, on your internet, it's not true. We have heard on the streets very late here. We have, oh, we are here. We are here on the streets very late here, but we heard on the streets earlier some rumors about that. But we check and let you know as soon as we see official news. No, here, and I'll tell you what then I responded. Thank you, gentlemen, for your report. Omar, I can tell you about that lie. I know the guru on the internet that started it. I guess his audience was very low, so he decided to create a false report, a lie, a rumor to draw attention to his site. I didn't talk to you guys about it because I knew it was just garbage. But he's the one that comes out and says that both Maliki and Sudani had decided to resign today. That alone is stupid. Uh, some guru just he needed clicks. So he created this stupid lie. That alone is stupid to even consider because one will one will be one will be left standing and by themselves. And like I told you, like I keep telling you, gentlemen, please be strong with me because as soon as the smoke clears, and it sure is clearing, isn't it? You will see Sudani and his government, and God willing, the new exchange rate. Omar says, "Yeah, we know, we know that cannot be the truth. We know someone is lying for attention because Maliki here came out today it and said it eventually, you know, he's going to support Sudani for a second term. He would not stand in his way. So I think what's going to happen, we're going to get the vice president. Well, no, it's not the vice. Is it vice? No, it's not vice. It's the president. We're going to get the president name, and then they're just going to linger this thing out. No, they're not. I wish to go ahead and do it, but I think they're going to hold this out to the very end, etc. That's what they do. They drag things out. We hope that you know the Sudani's name. Go ahead and give funds because people on the streets are now starting to get upset, and I mean the price of we're getting very upset. People on the streets are now starting to get upset more, and I mean the price of meat and food and everything is going up, and even the goal, and even the goal people, and even gold, okay, and even the gold that people have, they're selling it. They're having to cons They're having to do orders because you got the prepaid taxes on this stuff now. Well, that's sad. So yeah, the people in the streets are pissed off. How are we going to pay these tax and tariffs? You know something, Sidani? You know something, Allah? You want a civil war on your hands? You want a civil? You know what the CBI does for a living? So yeah, you want trouble? Don't release the exchange rate. These people are starving to death. They can't even buy food. They got no purchasing power, and you raise taxes and tariffs at the borders, right? Well then, it seems to me that extremely very in the very near proximal future, you better raise that value, or you're gonna look like a caca face, and they're gonna tear you apart. You see, I have good intel. Anyways, um, we're gonna stop there, family. We're gonna stop. But I'm gonna leave you with this. Yesterday, I told you that I sleep very good. Hold on. I know who watches me. And here's what I want to say. When the supreme leader of Iran told the Iranian citizens, I gotcha, I gotcha, I'm still your leader. America, boo, 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 boo. Trump, no, 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 I gotcha. I'm the supreme leader. Yeah. Hold on a second. Bust the banks open. Come here, fam. Come here. Iranian citizens. Here, seven. Here's $7, man. Yeah, go buy something with $7 for the whole month. Yeah, okay. I did it. Right? They're coming after us. Run. Yeah. Do you want that, Iraq? Because I'll tell you something, we won't stand in their way. If you study the Iraqi dinar with me, we're done. And again, I pray that you learned a lot, and that you picked up a lot, and you understand now what that 1300 really is and what it was. We gave you the proper wording for it too, didn't we, today? And we told you to look it up if you don't understand it. You should be able to sleep with a smile on your face like tonight, Cheshire Cat. You should. You should. Stop and think about it. They raise the tariffs and taxes, yeah, because they're setting up the stage for and they have digitalization all set up. Yeah, boom, flip of a switch. Now we got the new exchange rate at the everything's being set up. Now, what's the first defense? Your freaking borders. So if you study the Iraqi dinar with me, I'm done. I'll see you tomorrow. Now, speaking of tomorrow, are they dropping? Huh? A little bit? Good. Let them drop some more. I'm going to tell you one more thing, but and then stick around. We'll do a little aloha, okay? I always do something with you. tomorrow we'll talk. We'll talk. You know, give you my opinion on the latest reports. But tomorrow, I want to bring in a gentleman. Let me see, where's he from? California. He's from California. And this gentleman, he's like my trump card. I pull out my trump card. This gentleman is going to tell you a bank story from Chase. And there's so much good stuff from this story tomorrow. I'll only give you one quote. Well, yes, Mr. G. I'll tell you what. Yeah, it'd be great. It'd be wonderful. And looking forward to meeting, coming, and having you. And by the way, by the time that we have our next meeting, it is anticipated that the new exchange rate will be public. So yes, Mr. G, we look forward to having you come into our bank. Would you like a bank story like that tomorrow? I think we're going to be packed tomorrow, guys. All righty. God bless you all. Thank you kindly for being with me. And I'll see you tomorrow. And if you stick around for aloha, there's a dragon tree somewhere in here. Let me see if I can find it. Ah, let's see. Hey, babe, come in. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. This is what's called a dragon. You see that? There's three of them there. One, there's two, and then this one's three. And this is the regular one. This is a tall one. You can see the branch there going down. The pot is somewhere buried in there. But that's a dragon plant. Very pretty. I like them. And in Hawaii, they're all over the place. But you help me, Jen? Oh, but in Hawaii, they're variegated. And this is the variegated version. You see the difference? Instead of just solid green, it's green with red borders. And you see that? But it is the same plant. Remember, I don't throw away anything. I save all the leaves and I recycle them with dirt, right? And some fertilizer. But that is it. Oh, here you go. It's called Drasania. Drasania, a dragon plant. And this one, like I said, is variegated from Hawaii. God bless you all. Sweet aloha. Thank you for being with us. I'll see you tomorrow, okay?